Hello. Welcome to A Novel Console, your weekly podcast where we talk about books, games, food, and stuff that caught our attention during the week. My name is Chris, and with me is my beautiful co-host and wife, Karradyne.
Hello.
How are you doing today, Karradyne?
I'm okay. How are you?
It's Sunday.
It is Sunday.
I don't want it to be Monday.
I don't want it to be Monday either. I hate Mondays.
We need a third day in the weekend.
Yeah, we do. We need a 4-day work week. That's what we need.
What we need is a 5-day weekend and a 2-day work week.
Okay.
Yeah. I would happily be 48 hours at work if it means that I get 5 days off.
You sure about that?
I am 100% sure.
You'd spend the straight 48 hours there. No sleep.
No, sleep. Yes, I need sleep.
Oh.
I need at least an 8-hour break for sleep, but the rest of the time...
Oh, yeah, because the rest of it's 40 hours.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So...
that could work.
It could work very well for me. I would happily do that. So let's get into that, corporate America. Stop squeezing the life out of us and give us what we want, which is 5-day work week. 5-day off week.
Yeah, 5-day off week. 2-day work week. Yeah, no. Yeah.
Hey, if this is your first time or 145th time, I said it right this time.
Oh, good for you.
Coming into the show, welcome. We're glad you're joining us for an episode of A Novel Console. We hope you stick around, have some laughs, and maybe find some new things to enjoy. If you want to reach out to us, you could do it on our socials, which is basically at A Novel Console on every platform, or you could email us directly at anovelconsole@gmail.com, or if you would like to support the show, you could do it at patreon.com/anovelconsole. Mm-hmm.
You should also tell your friends about the show, because when you do, sometimes they listen to us and that helps. You should also leave us a review wherever you can, because that helps us be more discoverable. And we have a Discord now. If you would like to join, just send us an email saying you would like to do so, or go to our Twitter and look for the pinned tweet. We are not an annoying Discord where everyone ats everyone all the time.
Every day, at the same time.
Every day. Oh my God.
At the same fucking time. Hey, speaking of Patreon, Backlog of Doom.
We didn't say anything about Patreon.
I did.
You said, speaking of Patreon.
I said patreon.com/anovelconsole before you started your shit.
Yeah, no, you there was too much space in between that and now to say, speaking of Patreon.
Speaking of Patreon.
Oh my God.
We had the Backlog of Doom last time. For some reason, I let the Backlog of Doom Part 8. I need to fix that. It's up on Patreon. You can go there and vote for Mega Man CX, Batman Arkham Asylum, Shantae and the Pirate's Curse with the bonus game of Shantae and Risky's Revenge, Hollow Knight, or Ori and the Will of the Wisps. $2 a month gets you access to vote in the Backlog of Doom. For the games and for the books, we have Morrigan by Mary E. Pearson, The Mermaid, the Witch, and the Sea.
That has no votes at all? Are you kidding me, people?
By Maggie Tokuda Hall. Sisters of Sword and Song by Rebecca Ross, The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang, and Asher Parker Doesn't Fail by Ashley Herring Blake.
Man, y'all suck.
Right now, I, on the games, have Shantae and the Pirate's Curse tied with Ori and the Will of the Wisps. You have Morgan, Sister of Sword and Song, and the Poppy War
tied.
All tied. So
not The Mermaid, the Witch, and the Sea, because nobody voted for it.
Nope. So, please go into Patreon, vote, make those uneven again so that we know.
If you don't break the tie, we get to choose which one we want.
No, we get to ask Discord again to choose.
Oh, right, for a
A
random number or whatever.
And tag everyone and have them choose. We're choosing this next week. Next week we're doing Zelda.
Now, we just said we don't tag everyone.
Well, I'm going to tag everyone. Like, everyone, please, A or B.
Be the tiebreaker.
Tell me what's... Paperback Posh. What the hell is that?
Oh my gosh, my sister and I are starting a bookish merch apparel business where we have bookish t-shirts and bookmarks, and I designed a lot of it myself, not all of it. It's exciting. We're getting it up and running. And she is currently running a giveaway on her Bookstagram. She is at Belle is Bookish, BELLE is Bookish, no underscores, nothing. Where she's giving away a Kindle Paperwhite. If you go follow Paperback Posh to one of the lucky people that follows Paperback Posh,
we'll win a
Kindle Paperwhite in the color agave.
Nice.
Or however you pronounce that.
So
I have no idea.
You should go to Bella's Bookish
Yes.
on Instagram
Yes.
and comment sniffles, and
You know,
it'll confuse the fuck out of Belle, but just follow the rules and you'll be entered to get that Kindle Paperwhite if you're chosen. But I it would make me giggle a lot if everybody would just start commenting sniffles on the post.
God. Anyway, it's Paperback
Please
Posh. We don't
comment
have a
sniffles.
Facebook page yet, but we do have an Instagram. It's Paperback Posh. We don't have a website yet. We're operating via my sister's website because she has a huge mama
Cult.
Christian t-shirt
Cult.
business. Hey, don't hate. I'm having a lot of fun with this.
Cult.
And I really hope it goes somewhere so that your girl doesn't have to go back to work.
So that your boy can quit work.
So that your girl can make some bread and not at a regular 9 to 5.
So that your boy can quit his job, right?
Fingers crossed. No. You're not quitting your job.
Damn it.
We need health insurance.
I don't even got none right now.
Yeah, because you're in your first 90 days, dumbass.
Yeah. Speaking of
You're not a dumbass.
Speaking of
I love you.
Paperback Posh,
Yes.
Hide the Monkey. Can you tell me what Hide the Monkey is?
I can't stand you. You waited until I was at the fucking beach and you were bored and you took fucking Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong and you put them on my shelves again where they are not allowed to. Have you found where I put them yet? I didn't think so.
Where'd you put them?
I put them somewhere in this house.
Where'd you put?
Somewhere in this house.
If you put them in the crawl space, I am going to divorce you.
I said they're in the house.
The crawl space is part of the house.
It's in the house above the crawl space.
Okay.
It's not in the crawl space. It's also not in an air vent, so don't go lifting air vents up.
Are they in the bathroom?
No.
It would be funny if they were in the shower.
It'd be funny if they were in the toilet bowl.
No, don't do that to my monkeys.
Oh my god. Yeah, I was just taking my fucking photo of Hellbent for my review, and I just happened to notice that Donkey Kong was living his best life in the background.
Flexing.
Yep.
Such a good picture.
Facebook thought it was pretty funny.
It's such a good picture because you have like the very serious Hellbent cover
And
with
the statue.
the bust.
Yeah.
Looking all wonky with his weird eyes because they decided to detail his pupils and
Yep.
they're kind of like off.
Yep.
So he looks
He's
like
a little creepy.
He looks like
I
he's
love
holding in a fart, and then Donkey Kong's in the background just flexing. It's such a funny picture. I loved it. Every time I look at it, I just laugh. And you're like, you motherfucker! I'm going to divorce you.
I was so mad.
like,
You would just
what?
better be glad I caught it before I posted it.
I wish you wouldn't have caught it and you would have posted it on your Instagram because that would have made it a million times better. It would have been so funny.
Can you imagine if I'd posted it and somebody was like, "Nice Donkey Kong," and that's what made me realize it, and
Like,
I divorced you that afternoon.
Everybody was just giving like laugh reacts to it.
Like, why do they think my review of Hellbent is funny?
It's because there's a fucking monkey in the back.
Too bad you can't laugh react on Instagram.
Oh, you
You
can
have to laugh comment.
Exactly. Everybody's laugh commenting for Donkey Kong. What's Shiny Happy People?
Shiny Happy People is the new documentary on Prime Video, whatever the hell it's called, about the cult that the Duggar family is part of. And I binged that shit so hard this weekend. It is so good. It is so horrifying. It sucked me in like crazy. It is creepy as fuck. If you are at all interested in cults and creepiness, like in terms of like learning about it, not participating in it,
Being
you should go watch it. It's really fucked up. Like the way that women are so oppressed and oh man, like I don't know. I never
Oh, what was that?
I don't know, I'm dying. I never really watched 19 Kids and Counting. Like I didn't follow it like I do my other reality TV shows, mainly because they freaked me the fuck out. But I would watch it when there was nothing else on TV that I wanted to watch. And I don't know, even as a young person, I felt like something was not quite right. Even before all that shit about Josh Duggar came out, I felt like something was not quite right. Like, it just gave me the heebie-jeebies. And rightly so. Like, okay, this is really disturbing. But towards the end of the documentary is when they discuss his recent arrest and sentencing. And they were like, they would like show little like words of the report, and like the stuff that he got caught for ultimately, it was like torture stuff. Like, it wasn't like I feel like that makes it even worse. I mean, it's already the worst of the worst of the worst. Like, you can't even imagine why the fuck someone would do that, but it was torture stuff too. Can you imagine?
It's like, wait,
you gotta be some kind of fucked up.
So it was
kids.
Child porn
Yes.
torture stuff?
Yes. Yes. And his wife is still standing by him. And they have children. And he likes to see that being done to children. And Jim Bob was supposedly testifying. He's like, well, I don't recall anything about what he did to his little sisters. And the judge got mad at him and told him he wasn't allowed to come back because he had a bad memory. I don't know. Jim Bob Duggar is one.
His name is Jim Bob.
Jim Bob Duggar. Jim Bob Duggar's going to burn in the fiery pits of hell with his son.
His name is Jim Bob.
And probably his wife, too.
If Jim Bob isn't an inbred name, I don't know what it is.
But then they were also talking about the generation of Joshua, where like all these homeschooled kids are being raised to infiltrate the government and take the world back for Jesus. Jesus is a really scary dude if we're going by the teachings of IBLP.
Oh, my Lord.
The Institute of, I don't remember what it stood for, but Bill Gothard was the head of it, and he's a creepy fucker. Yeah, also a rapist. Yeah.
I don't know why you watch this shit.
I eat it up.
I don't know why. It's so upsetting. Like, it just gives me the ick for every religious
it reinforces me not going back to church ever because of the things that people use religion to defend. The things that people use Christianity specifically to defend. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. Anyway, what's up next? Now that we've covered child porn and torture. Yay.
We did not cover child porn.
No. You know what I mean. God, we're going to get shut down.
You're going to get us killed.
Oh.
FBI'd. All right, so Burgerchamp, being the wonderful...
Champ of burgers.
Yes, entity that he is, because I'm still convinced that he's a deity, sent us some snacks.
He did. Thank you, Burgerchamp.
He sent us a lot of snacks.
I would like you to know that we called my mother and made her come home yesterday to get this package and bring it inside because we were off gallivanting with my dad's side of the family an hour plus away.
So he sent us jerky and he sent us potato chips.
And some hot sauce.
Some hot sauce.
But we'll be doing that later.
Yes, we're trying just one of the potato chips and two of the jerkies. He sent us Whiskey Valley jerky. He sent us buttered garlic and apple. So this is the buttered garlic.
Okay.
Kaden is going to try it. Kaden, I'm telling you right now, it is potent.
What do you mean
It smells potent.
Oh, do you already taste it? Oh.
It just is very tough, right?
It's jerky. No shit, Sherlock.
It's extremely tough. It's not like Jack Link's. It's kind of tender. It's very good. It's salty. It's
very flavorful.
I don't taste the butter or the garlic, but it is very flavorful and it's good. I like it. You like it?
It's hard in my teeth.
Just soak it up. Don't just chew it. Oh, I taste garlic now. This is good stuff.
I still don't taste garlic.
No, it's not. It's not very prevalent. It's a little bit. It does taste a lot like butter.
It's good.
Yeah, it is good. I'm excited to try the apple one because
I like apples.
Apple jerky sounds pretty good. That's pretty good. It's like he says these are made close to his house too. Like, let's see. I think he said they're made.
Don't tell everybody where he lives. Jeez.
No, he said that they're made like let me see here the message. I think he said like 20 minutes, maybe.
Luna wants some.
Oh,
Luna's sniffing away.
Luna's not gonna get none.
This is quite tasty.
He said within an hour from where he lives. Everything is made from within an hour. Okay.
And were you implying that he implied that this is the good stuff and there's going to be a box of bad stuff?
He did tell me I'm sending you a box of good stuff and then I'm sending you a box of bad stuff later.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Okay, this is the apple.
I don't taste apple. Luna wants some.
Luna wants some so bad.
What do you think? You taste anything?
Give me a second. It's jerky.
I don't taste anything on this one. Just jerky. No?
You know what? This reminds me of something.
What?
I'm trying to think of what. No, I taste apple. I do. It tastes very different from the other one.
I don't taste the apple.
You know what? This reminds me of. Maybe I ate something like it there. This reminds me of when my sister was in horse camp.
It's horse jerky.
Oh my god, don't say that.
They put down the horses and then they turn them into jerky.
Instead of glue?
No, Luna gets turned into glue.
Yeah. I remember going to her horse camp. I think they had snacks there. I really like this one.
You like that one?
Yeah, it's almost like jerky bacon.
Jerky.
Which would make sense for like Applewood smoked bacon, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I like this a lot.
That one you like a lot? Okay. I'm very excited.
I'm scared about those chips.
I'm excited about these chips.
What's the closest you're going to get to eating crab?
Way to ruin it.
Oh, sorry.
These are Chesapeake Crab Route 11 potato chips. They're kettle cooked potatoes. They're salty and spicy. Contains no seafood, which is good for me. I am not a big fan of kettle cooked potatoes, kettle cooked chips. I feel like they're too hard and too big. But bless you.
That was Luna.
That was
Man, Luna's like really into this right now.
That was very.
She is so alert. And
so
I really like this jerky.
You like that jerky?
I like it a lot.
Is this right? Is this what crab is supposed to smell like?
Oh my god.
Just smell it. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what crab smells like?
Crab with
Old Bay.
I smell celery.
Maybe. It might have celery salt. Let me see. Doesn't say. Select potatoes, expelled express high oleic sunflower oil, salt, spices, and paprika. Let's see. Hopefully these are good kettle chips, because I'm like I said, I'm not a big fan of those.
I know there's one flavor that we have to wait until my mom is here, because she's not here today, that she wants to try too.
Which one?
Well, I'm not going to say because we're going to do it on a later episode.
Oh. These are spicy.
Oh, they're funky. They're real funky. They're super funky.
Is that what crab tastes like?
No.
You don't like it?
I don't know yet.
You don't know yet?
It's real funky. I feel like the jerky is probably not helping the flavor profile.
You take a sip of water?
That's spicy.
It is.
All right, real spicy.
That's a nice little spicy. Do we want to get the hot sauces that he sent and put them on the chips?
Do you want to?
I want to.
Okay, we can try the hot sauce on each chip, and we need to try it individually.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right, so I got the hot sauces. We have Virginia. It looks like it's peaches, peanut, and whiskey. I'm excited to try this one.
Sounds like all my favorite things.
Yeah, it's Clark Hopkins brand. Apparently, Burgerchamp is obsessed with hot sauces. His wife only lets him keep 50 at a time.
Only 50?
Only 50, because apparently they had a big issue before where he had a lot.
Like a whole pantry of hot sauces?
Can you imagine?
Oh my God.
At Clark Hopkins, we study different regions of the world and capture their cuisine in our bottles. Inspired by the 1950s Virginia barbecue recipe, the smoky and spicy sauce is enhanced with peaches, peanuts, smoked paprika, ginger, and black pepper, paired with pulled pork barbecue, grilled meats, and vegetables. This is in the middle of the heat level. It's apparently vegan and gluten-free.
Okay.
So,
okay.
I'm
Jen Logan could eat it.
Yeah, I'm excited about this sauce. Not so excited about the other one.
I'm scared. I'm very scared.
There's one
Luna's
thing.
ready. Luna, you would die.
There's two things about this other Clark Hopkins sauce that I'm excited about. It's the Oaxaca Clark Hopkins sauce. It has mezcal, which is like a smoky tequila, ghost pepper,
We got some tequila in the freezer.
and mole.
You want to go get us some tequila shots? A real fun
Mole.
time on this podcast.
Mole is chocolate, Mexican chocolate.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, I'm.
I don't think I'm going to like that.
This one is almost. It's a little bit past half on the spicy.
Where's
scale.
the other one?
The other one's right in the middle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
I like spicy.
like the other one, at Clark Hopkins, we study different regions of the world and capture their cuisine in our bottles. Smoky mezcal, dried local peppers, habaneros, and Mexican chocolate provide for a spicy mole-based sauce inspired by the region's gastrohistorical center. Oaxaca, add a splash of Mexico to any recipe. Pairs with tacos, enchiladas, grilled chicken, beef, and pork.
If we like this, we can put it on our tacos this week.
Yes. So I actually am going to put this off to the side. Because
You're not going to open it yet?
it's open.
Oh.
Well, it's not open. I just took the plastic off.
Oh.
Oh, boy. Oh, this one smells so good. The peaches one smells so good.
Gimme.
I'm just putting it off
Oh,
to
that
the
does
side.
smell really good.
Just
Ooh.
putting it off to the side because it's got ghost
Ooh.
pepper.
Ooh. Also, I can only taste celery right now.
Because
I feel
of
like these
the
chips are
crab
just
chips.
celery salt chips.
Maybe crab's real flavor is celery. Let me get the sauce. I got a crab chip.
I'm scared.
We're probably
So
going to
we're
do
gonna
this.
taste it on the chips, and we're gonna taste it by
No,
itself.
just on the chip.
I want a little taste of it,
By itself.
not contaminated with anything else.
Okay, I think that's good enough. Let's see.
Do you
Wow.
love it?
I don't. Ooh,
I'm scared.
that's good. That's good sauce, but
Oh shit!
right?
That's some real good sauce. That'll clean out your sinuses.
It'll clean.
Holy shit! I feel like it's like a tidal wave going over my tongue. It's everywhere. Oh wow! That is I can taste. I can taste the peach. I can taste the spice. I'm really scared of how spicy that other one's gonna be.
This one,
Considering how my tongue is on fire right now.
I liked it. Also, the chips are spicy, so it doesn't.
Oh, I'm not saying I don't like it, but it is a hot motherfucker. Woo-hoo!
I'm scared of this one.
Now, those two flavors work really well together.
Smell it.
That chip and that sauce. Burgerchamp, if you have not combined those two, I think you should. That works. Oh.
That smells scary. That smells very scary.
You do it first.
Here I am.
I want to wait until you have fully experienced it before I put myself through this.
Okay, so let's just put some drops
Because
on
my
it.
mouth is still on fire.
Oh, boy.
Ooh.
Ooh, I think I put too much. Let's see.
We should have saved some of our sweet potato fries to cleanse our palates.
What?
We should have saved some of our sweet potato fries from dinner to cleanse our palates.
We should have. That tastes like
You're
nothing.
not dying. It tastes like nothing. What?
That tastes like nothing. I'm guessing it's that the chip is way too flavorful because that tastes like nothing. Usually mole is a little bit muted. You
Here.
don't get like an insane amount of chocolate on it, of chocolate flavor. But
I'm scared.
I mean, it's not bad. It's just doesn't really taste like anything. I do feel the ghost pepper creeping up. What do you think?
It's definitely
What?
it's not as flavorful as the other one,
No.
but it's hot.
Let me try it like the way you did it. Let's see. These are very, very acidic.
Yeah, they are.
They have a very high acid flavor.
See, I feel like that one's, I don't know. I feel like that one's not as spicy as I expected it to be because it's not flavorful. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't know.
These are great.
No, they're both good. Like I would put that on stuff, but it's kind of it makes me think of more like a textured Tabasco sort of, if that makes sense.
Right?
Like it doesn't taste like Tabasco, but it's not the pop of flavor that one is.
Yeah.
Wait, let's do that with the peach one
by itself.
Yeah.
I think this Oaxaca sauce would be great with pork chops.
Yeah.
Or like some sort of pulled pork, and then you just pour it on top. I think this would be fantastic with it because it has.
Damn.
What the hell was that?
That is.
Anyways, it has a muted flavor, and it's very acidic, so I think it would be.
This is not a muted flavor at all.
Fantastic with pork.
Oh my god.
So I don't.
It's got lots of flavors going on.
Let's see. See what you're talking about. You're gonna empty out that bottle of water. That's so fucking good. You know what I want to do with this sauce? I want some of those yellow rice and beans that my aunt makes, and pour this shit all over it. That's what I want to do with this sauce. This Virginia sauce is really fucking good.
You know what I think those sauces would be good? Added to my black bean soup.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm dying.
Karradyne is emptying out her smart water bottle that she has from last night. It's like dripping out of her mouth and everything. You're muted. Don't do that on the microphone. Stop. You're just spreading it around. You'll be fine. These were great. I like these a lot. What? Talk to me.
My tongue hurts.
I think you're still muted.
No, I'm not muted anymore.
Okay. Your tongue hurts?
Yeah.
Well, you took a lot of it, so.
I did.
These are great. I like those.
They're wonderful.
Thank you, champ.
Thank you very much.
These were fun. I can't wait to try the other chips because there's apparently some very, very spicy chips in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, and the other jerky that he sent us is spicy.
I'm scared of that jerky.
Why?
Because it's spicy.
So are these chips.
I know.
So, this was good.
Yeah,
I like those sauces.
Thank you very much.
So, all right. Are you ready for games and stuff?
Wait, what?
Wait, Read and Plays?
Yeah.
All right. This is Read and Plays.
Hello, and welcome back to Read and Plays, that thing we haven't done in a million years.
What's Read and Plays?
I don't even remember what it is. It's where we talk about books and games that we've been reading and playing.
Yes.
We may have already finished.
Yes.
Because we don't really do straight up reviews anymore.
Well, we do.
Sometimes.
Not all the time.
Not all the time. Because that was kind of exhausting, honestly.
Yeah, it was hard getting one done a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because I'm so slow.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Very slow.
Super slow.
The slowest.
Anywho, so I am currently reading the super viral, crazy, wild, take the internet by the storm. Whoever was in charge of the marketing campaign for this book needs to get promoted. Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I got an ARC of this book before we left Orlando. And I had seen somebody that I follow. She'd gotten an ARC a couple weeks before and was just raving about this book. So I was pretty excited when they sent me a copy, and then didn't read it as I am known to do. And I saw a TikTok that the author did where she was announcing that the first print of the book had black sprayed edges and dragons, little white dragons, and that first print, that first run was going to be the only one with that sprayed edge, and it was selling out everywhere. So I immediately hopped on barnesandnoble.com because I don't live close enough to one to just drive to one anymore on a whim. I can still drive to one, but not on a whim necessarily.
It takes us an hour to get there now.
Yeah. So it's not like I can hop in the car at 8:20 like I could have in Orlando and make it there before it closes.
Yeah.
So I ordered it, and it's gorgeous. Gorgeous! My sister read it before I did. My sister's not a fantasy reader, but she's buying into the hype because literally every woman on the internet is reading this book right now. Everyone.
So is this the new Sarah J. Maas tidal wave?
Well, it's funny because somebody actually left it a 1-star review on Goodreads saying, if you like Allie Hazelwood and Sarah J. Maas, this book is for you. And that's me. But my sister said, and I should have taken it to heart more than I did. She said, it's really, really great. You got to go into it knowing that the writing's not very good, but it's great. I'm like, what? It's like, she's just saying stuff. Oh my God, y'all. I'm only on like chapter 6. I think I just finished chapter 6 today. Mm-hmm. I'm very, very slow, moving very slowly. I want to punch this woman in the face for her grammar. I mean, there were 2 instances today on the same page where main character was like, ask them where the altitude is at. What? And the girl that she tells to ask this question is like, where was the altitude at? I took a picture. I put it on my Instagram story. I was like, I'll tell you where it is. It's between the fucking A and T. That's where it is. This woman ends like every fucking sentence with preposition, and it drives me up the fucking wall.
Okay, Niles.
I can't stand it.
All right, calm down, Niles.
But also she's really bad at writing. Like, I cannot tell you how many sentences I have had to reread because they didn't make sense. And so I'm like alluding to this in all the things that I've said it in my stories, but I'm like alluding to how irritated I am with it in my posts about it. And one of my Bookstagram friends actually texted me yesterday while we were with the fam and was like, girl, what do you not like about this book? Because I'm 80% in and I am hooked. I am in love. This is my favorite book ever. Oh my God, how can you not like it? So I told her, I was like, the grammar is terrible. Like, it is atrocious. And I get the feeling it's a bully romance, and I am not into bullies. Like, that will never turn me on. As someone who was bullied, I am never going to be attracted to a bully romance. She's like, but enemies to lovers. I was like, no, there's a big difference between enemies to lovers and a bully romance. Big difference. And she's like, but I get what you're saying about the grammar. And she also admitted that she has had to reread several bits because it's so bad.
Does it look, is it written like if I would have written it?
Some of it does feel like fixing your Instagram captions. Yes, some of it does. Yeah. And she uses a lot of contractions.
Is she having a baby?
I quit.
You can't quit.
Yeah.
You're the soul of the
show. You have said to me before, if I want to quit, you can go do the podcast with one of your buddies, and
not one of my buddies. I would do it with Thrak all the time. It would just be a gaming show unless he wants to read a book. Because I'm not reading. That's for nerds.
Anyway, I am not going to DNF this book. I refuse because of its level of popularity. If I am going to dislike this book, I'm going to dislike it having read the entire thing and being able to back myself up other than saying the grammar was bad, you know? I do see how it has potential to be a good book, but like everybody's like, oh my gosh, it has a disabled main character. All that I've seen so far is that she's like weak and her bones break easily, which is obviously not anything to be taken lightly, but it also seems like it's forgotten most of the time until it's convenient to remember that she has this problem.
And she jumped off the building and landed on her feet. And then the next page is like, when she got out of bed, she put her ankle wrong and she broke both her kneecaps.
She put her ankle wrong. That's how she would write that. She put her ankle wrong. And English, I think, is her first language.
I'm a writer.
Wow. Wow. She put her foot wrong. Oh
broke both her kneecaps.
Yeah. So I'm not impressed, but I am going to see it to completion.
That was what, the fourth wing?
Fourth wing. It's not the fourth wing. That's another thing that's irritating me because a lot of people on Bookstagram are calling it, I'm reading the fourth wing. The fourth wing this, the fourth wing that. I'm like, it's just fourth wing. Okay. Fourth wing is the title. Fourth wing.
All right.
And apparently, she's also made another TikTok saying that she's planned 5 books for the series. I don't know how I can do that. If I wind up liking this book in the end, we'll see. Okay. I got a good bit to go. I'm only on chapter 6.
Hopefully it gets better. I have been playing a lot of Zelda lately.
Yeah, you have.
A lot.
Did you finish it?
Fuck no, I'm nowhere.
Weren't you trying to finish it? Oh, by next week.
I'm trying to finish it by the end of the month.
Oh.
I don't know what we're gonna do next week because I haven't.
We don't have to do Zelda stuff.
We have to do Zelda stuff because it's 2 weeks of Zelda.
We don't have to. Nobody cares about Zelda.
So, I'm kind of annoyed with Zelda, right? Because
Was Zelda the girl or Zelda the game?
The game.
Okay.
Because I started playing it and I wasn't into it. That intro to the game is fucking horrible. It is one of the worst intros I've ever played to a game in my entire life. You start off in a sky island and your goal is jumping off the island. But you also learn a lot of the mechanics and it is so fucking slow. I swear to God, it took me 3 fucking hours just to get past the intro. Persona 5's intro is 10 hours long, and it was a better time than the intro.
Seriously, Luna?
Right? Luna gets me. 10 hours was a better intro than the fucking 3-hour intro in Tears of the Kingdom. But I got into Tears of the Kingdom. I'm really into it. But that's not what I'm going to talk about. I hate Tears of the Kingdom because I ordered a Steam Deck and I got it. And all I've done with the Steam Deck is put games on it because I have to keep playing Zelda. The Steam Deck is incredible. So
I could have played it yesterday, but then you would have been called rude.
No, I would have had your nephew on top of me. Can I play? Can I play? Like, no.
Can I see?
No, you can't. Get off me. Anyways.
Nephews.
Nephew.
Well, one of them would have just watched.
Yeah. Anyways, Steam Deck. I got a Steam Deck. It's incredible. It's awesome. It's so fucking cool. Like this thing. I'm holding it right now in my hands.
That's what you're going to do tonight while we watch 90 Day Fiancé. Oh, you're going to play Tears of the Kingdom, aren't you?
Don't tempt me. And I said, don't tempt me with playing the Steam Deck because I want to.
Oh, bless
so
it.
I got the Steam Deck, right? I set it up, connected it to the internet, did the downloads, and I'm asking my buddy Jorge, how do I get games on the Steam Deck? Do I need the computer? I need to download the ROMs because I've had seen on TikTok that you can just put the emulators themselves into the Steam Deck through desktop mode, because you see it right now, Karradyne, you're looking at it and you see the video game console, right? With the games. If you hold the power button, it will give you the option to go into desktop mode. If you go into desktop mode, it literally goes into desktop like a computer, because this is a fucking computer in your hands.
It's pretty cool.
I'm 100% sure that this Steam Deck is stronger than my computer that I use for recording the podcast. This thing is fucking incredible. So what you do is you download EmuDeck, and it puts all of the emulators for every single console you can think of, except PS5 and Xbox Series S and X, onto the Steam Deck. And then all you have to do is just take the ROMs, put them on the emulation folders, parse it, and that's it. And everything is just a click of a button. It's incredibly simple. I have spent the past, how long have I had this? 2 weeks? Week and a half?
Week and a half.
Week and a half.
Roughly.
I have spent the past week and a half putting games into this thing because I put in a bunch of games and I was like, oh, I want to replay this. So a lot of GameCube games. And then I was playing online with Thrak and Burgerchamp for a future episode that we're doing. And I told them, it's like, hey, these are the games that I have. And they're like, oh, what about this one? I'm like, okay. So I went and started downloading. Oh, what about this one? I'm like, I got to wait for this one to download. And what about this one? And we were like that for like an hour and a half. Them telling me what games to download. And I was like, you know what? Why don't you both send me a list of the games that you think I would like? And I'll download them. So right now I have only been able to download games for the original Game Boy, the Game Boy Advance, the Game Boy Color, the GameCube, the Genesis, the Nintendo 64, PlayStation 1, PSP, and Super Nintendo. I haven't been able to download PlayStation 2 or Xbox games because the servers are down because they're transporting them, but when they come up, they're going to have more bandwidth, which is awesome. That means they'll download a lot faster. But they sent me Thrax sent me the list. Champ still hasn't sent me his. And he must have sent me, I don't know, like 200 games. A lot of them I already had on the thing, but right now I have 250 games installed on the Steam Deck.
That's a lot of games.
That's a lot of games. I have 40 GameCube games, 97 Game Boy Advance, 2 Game Boy, 1 Game Boy Color, which is Quest for Camelot, 13 PlayStation 1, 9 Nintendo 64, 31 Super Nintendo, 12 PSP. I have games here until the end of time. Like I was telling you yesterday, like, Karradyne, I don't think I'm going to need to buy retro games anymore. I can just fucking download them now and have them on the Steam Deck.
It's pretty impressive.
And it's incredibly easy. And the thing is that they look crisp because the emulators are optimized to look as good as possible. And most of them run 30 frames per second or higher. I haven't seen any chug or slowdown on a lot of these games.
It's impressive.
And the thing is that the Steam Deck is Linux based. So Linux people are insane and they will do whatever they have to do to get games running on their computers. So that's why it runs so well. And like the console itself, it's super sturdy. It's very, very well designed. It feels like a real console by a real manufacturer. It feels like Sony did this thing or Nintendo did this thing. It's great. It doesn't feel plasticky and shitty. No, it feels great. And the best part about it is that you can tinker and mod it yourself. So if you want to upgrade the memory or some other shit, all you have to do is just open and remove stuff and put stuff back in it. It's such a fucking cool console. It was worth the money. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, it has Steam on it. You can play most Steam games. And now they're doing this thing.
You can play League of Legends?
Fuck no.
You can, though. I
will kill myself before I play.
Oh, my God.
You probably can. I'm not sure. I haven't checked.
Hey, you know, when an unpleasant person in my life built me a computer and downloaded Steam on it and wanted me to play League of Legends, I looked at the Steam library one day and I saw a Jane Austen game.
It's probably there.
You want to look it up for me?
I'll look it up.
Okay.
But it has to be Steam Deck optimized or able to run on Steam Deck.
Okay.
Because, like I was trying to say, Steam is doing this thing where games that are optimized to be played on Steam Deck, they're under a separate category. So you can go in and be like, oh, I can play this on Steam Deck. And you just buy it, and it'll download and install automatically. I'm in love with it. I cannot wait to finish fucking Tears of the Kingdom so I can sit and play it. Like, I have to play Lost Judgment for a future episode. And I don't even want to play it on PlayStation 5. I want to play it on my fucking Steam Deck because it's available to download on Steam Deck through Steam. I'm in love. I'm so fucking in love with this thing.
I know.
What's your next book?
My next book is The Museum of Ordinary People,
yes.
I believe. Yes, by Mike Gale. So this is by an author that I read for the first time last year, the year before. I can't remember if I talked about it on the podcast or not. It was called All the Lonely People, and I loved that book so much.
I think you did. That sounds familiar.
Right? Sort of.
Yeah.
So I was offered a digital copy of it from the publisher because they were like, oh, you liked this book, so you should read his next book. And they sent me a physical copy. And I had already started reading it on the Kindle when they sent the physical, but I'm still very, very, very slowly chugging through it because I just don't know if I like it or not. It's like, it's hard to explain. So imagine if, say, you were going through your grandma's house, your grandma who passed away, and you had all these things of hers and you didn't have anywhere to put them, but you also really didn't want to get rid of them. Most people just give it to Goodwill and that's that. They might have some regrets, but it is what it is. Imagine if there was a museum that you could donate
it to.
these things to that had sentimental value, but you couldn't keep, but you also didn't want to get rid of. And they put it on display as a literal part of their museum. It's a cool concept.
I would go to one of those museums.
Yeah.
I think it would be very interesting to see what
And
other
see,
people had.
I think it is a pretty interesting concept, but the execution is really boring so far. Really boring. I don't know. It's just very dreary. And it's like the main character is a woman who wants to curate this museum that shouldn't even be a museum, and the museum has been left to this man. So like it was owned by this man named Barclay, I think, and he died and he left it to this man who has absolutely no idea who he is. But his face is like terribly scarred and we don't know why, and
He's Barclay.
He agrees to let what?
He's Barclay.
How do you figure?
His face is this figure. He doesn't remember who he is. Barclay died. It's Barclay.
No, my theory is that he got his scars from like a fire and that Barclay set the fire or something and he felt bad, so he left the museum. I don't know. But it's like I don't know. The plot's just kind of obvious.
He's Barclay.
Because even if that part of my theory is incorrect, it's very obvious that this girl is going to leave her asshole fiance and be with Scarred Boy. And they're going to run this weird museum forever. But I don't know. It's really dull.
That sucks.
Really, really
So
dull.
it's like Phantom of the Opera, but museum for stuff people don't want to get rid of.
I'm sorry, did you just say Phantom?
Phantom.
What
Whatever.
I'm saying. Yes, I do know what you're saying. Wait, what? It's like Phantom of the Opera for what?
But with a museum
with random shit
from people
that people didn't want to get rid of.
Yep.
It's like, I don't even know. It is a cool concept, and I would also go to that museum just to see, like, well, there was one part in the book that was kind of sad. So
is this sauce kicking ass?
Yeah, it is. It definitely tasted like that sauce. Whew. I'm gonna have heartburn.
Yeah, you are.
I have heartburn every day.
I can still feel the acid on my tongue.
Yeah. Thankfully, it's not burning anymore. No. But no, there was this bit where they found some old love letters that were really, really sweet, and they managed to find like the daughter of the woman that they belong to, and they're like, hey, can we come meet you? So they go there with the letters, and it turns out that they are love letters from when her mother had an affair, and it tore their whole family apart, and like mom left them for a couple of years and stuff, and she gets super mad at them. It's like, fuck you, how dare you dredge up this part of my life, blah blah blah. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
wow,
fun times.
Okay, so my next game, it's a game on the Steam Deck.
Of course it is.
It's Halo Master Chief Collection.
Oh God, you don't even like Halo.
I don't like Halo.
You don't like Halo. You don't like Destiny. Why are you doing this?
Destiny. There's Destiny
oh
too.
My God.
I was pointing at my kneecaps while I was saying that. It's Halo the Master Chief Collection, right? So I was on Twitter and I saw that the Master Chief Collection was $10 on Steam. I'm like, it's $10. It's what? 5 games, Reach, 1, 2, 3, ODST, and 6 games for $10.
Less than $2 per game.
Yeah. And I was like, might as well just fucking buy it. Like it's Halo. It's a competent shooter. It's not the greatest game ever, and the story is absolutely fucking dull. It's just I'm going to tell you my problem with Halo is in a bit. It runs very, very well on Steam Deck. It takes up 100 gigabytes of memory. Luckily, I still have 200 free gigabytes where I'm going to put a whole shit ton of games when the PS2 one comes out, comes up back up. And I started, I downloaded it and I'm like, cool, game's downloaded. I went in to start playing. This was on Friday. And I try to play a game and it brings this window up and it has me select if I want to play the campaign or the multiplayer. So I select the campaign on all of them and I hit go and it starts downloading. And it's tens of gigabytes per game. And I'm like, okay. So I just wait for it to fucking finish downloading everything. It drains the entire battery of the Steam Deck because apparently the battery fluctuates between 2 hours for very demanding games to 12 hours for games that are not very demanding. And I'm like, all right, fine, it killed my fucking battery. Let me just plug it in. I'll play some more later. I started playing Halo Reach. I had played this game before on Xbox 360. I didn't think much of it. It was okay. I played it on the Steam Deck. Holy fuck, it looks great. It plays great. There's no slowdown, no nothing. It's just a beautiful running game. And it looks so incredibly polished and nice. Like I showed it to your brother yesterday, and he was like, holy shit, that looks like the Xbox. I'm like, right? It's so fucking cool. And the control scheme for the game translates so well onto the Steam Deck. Like you got your D-pad for your abilities and your movements and your shootings and your other buttons on the face, which after playing Call of Duty for so many years, going back to Halo controls feels archaic. You don't have down the sights aiming, so you can't just pull the gun and aim. You have to shoot with the gun from the side. Which it's one of the problems that I have with Halo, but it's not the main one. My plan is to play through the entire Halo series this year at some point because they're not long games. But yeah, it's super super impressive. So that I'm very happy about that.
I'm glad it was worth the money.
My problem with Halo, I have two big problems. The first one is that the mission structure in Halo is weird. It has been 20 plus years since the first one came out, and I still find it incredibly jarring to play one of these games because the game is set into like acts or chapters or whatever, but it's like you start and then when you're done with that set of mission parameters, then the next one starts immediately as a transition, but it kind of like brings down, it goes into widescreen and it tells you the title of the new mission and whatever you're at and all that. And it's just very fucking weird. Like there's no clear cut between stages. And even though it's been 20 years and other games do the same shit, I find it jarring. I don't like that. My second biggest complaint, and this is the biggest one, is that I played this game a few years after watching Starship Troopers. And Starship Troopers, they have guns, like very cool futuristic guns, and they shoot giant bug monsters. In Halo, you have cool guns, and you just shoot humanoid aliens. And the guns kind of like sound and look and shoot the same as the ones in Starship Troopers. So it's even more like, this fucking sucks. I'd rather be playing Starship Troopers than Halo. Yeah, that's my biggest problem with Halo. So, but fucking great on Steam Deck. So good. All right, what's your final book?
My final book is one that I have finished and I haven't been able to talk about really, I don't think, because of Star Wars month, right?
Right.
Did I talk about
No,
it?
I don't think so.
I think I may have mentioned it. The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. This book had a chokehold on me all through the month of May. Oh my God. I actually wound up putting aside all of my other current reads to read only this book because it was so freaking good. Oh my gosh. Obsessed. It's like vampires in the Hunger Games. And there's one human in the Hunger Games with all the vampires. It is a really wonderfully written vampire book. Like, don't make that face. I know everybody thinks, ew, vampires, Twilight, bleh. But no, this is wonderful and it's very sexy. And it's just really, really, really well written. Like,
So like Empire of the Vampire, where he uses the tampon in his tea.
Oh my God, no. That's disgusting. Jesus, you just ruined everything.
Wasn't that part of the Empire of the Vampire
he was
that
like
you hated?
Eating a girl out while she was on her period.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. Yeah. Anywho. No, this book is so good. Like, you literally open the first page on Kindle and the whole like first line is highlighted because everybody ever has highlighted it, because I know you have never read a Kindle book, but it'll show you like what other people have highlighted. Like if like 1,000 people or more or something like that have highlighted that line, it'll show up as like a suggested highlight. It's just a really, really beautifully written book. And like the one human who is participating in these games, she was raised by like the vampire king, because he killed her family and destroyed her home, and saw something in her that he thought was really great and took her in, adopted her. Yeah, and there's some really scary on the edge of your seat moments. I haven't felt on the edge of my seat in a very long time while reading a book. And some really big jaw drop moments. My jaw doesn't drop all that often anymore. You know, when you've read so many books, things start to stop surprising you. They start to stop surprising you. They stop surprising you.
I had one of those moments the other day on TikTok where I was like...
On TikTok?
Yeah.
What?
It was one of those Reddit stories.
Oh, those stupid things.
Oh, you want me to tell you?
Do I want to know?
Kind of.
Is it one of those things that's going to freak me out?
It's gross, but okay.
Oh, just tell me.
So it was at a military barracks. They had their free time, which is where they get to go to the town and then come back. So it looks like one of the soldiers went into town, did a shit ton of drugs, came back, and he was out of it, obviously, because he was in drugs. And they're like, okay, let's just put him in the brig until he's sober. And
put him in the brig until he's sober. Put him in the brig until
when he's sober, we'll call
early in the morning.
We'll call medical so that they can do the test and whatever, and we can decide. The guy that was in the brig got this smart idea that he had diamonds in his intestines. And the only way to get out of jail was to take them out and give it to the guard so that they would let him out of his cell.
What was he on?
A lot of stuff, apparently. He started reaching in there and grasping and pulling.
In his own asshole? How the fuck can you?
You can if you try hard enough.
I guess you could.
Especially if you're on drugs.
Yeah, just sitting here like this, I guess I could, like.
And most of it...
especially if you're not fat like I am.
Like they're saying, like, most of it was just like he would grab and pull and it would just be shit. And eventually it started just being blood that he was pulling out. And they were like, okay, we got to get in there and...
Oh, I'm going to be sick.
I'm going to throw knock him out.
Chesapeake Bay crab chips. Oh.
And he said that the last time he managed to get in, he grabbed and pulled, and out came a stream of blood and intestine. And somehow he survived. They took him to medical, kicked him out of the army, but he survived.
What was he on?
I don't know. But like that, I was like I just went into panic mode when they're like, oh, and he's reaching in there. I'm like, no. And then he's like, and he just kept going. I'm like, what? And then he's like, and he ripped out intestine. I'm like, no, that can't be. No, like not a lot of things like surprise me and make me go like, fuck. That one was one of them. Like I have seen people holding their intestines on their arms on a gurney when I worked at the hospital and dug in a person's chest.
Okay.
But
Okay, I quit. I'll see you tomorrow. You can finish the rest of this episode by yourself. Sorry. Bye.
you got anything else about the Serpent and the Wings of
No,
Night?
I'm done. I'm done with everything. Goodbye.
Come on. Tell me more about the book.
I'm gonna throw up.
Okay.
I wish you didn't tell me that.
Well, you like told me anyways. And you didn't stop me at any point.
I don't know what to say about my book anymore. I don't even know what I did say. It's a great book. It made me really sad sometimes. Because, vampires and they can't be in the sun. Not because they'll sparkle, but because it'll hurt them. And this one vampire... Apparently you can be a born vampire in this book series. But you can also be turned, like we know vampires are most of the time. There's just one turned vampire who just misses the sun. And it made me so sad because I miss the sun. Yep. Like that would be me if I were a vampire.
Mm-hmm.
I'd miss the sun a lot. Like he sits in the sun as long as he can stand it. And then he stops because he misses it so much. And I don't think we would be at all surprised when I tell you that he's the one who falls in love with the human.
Of course it is.
It's great. It's really great. And then there's a big banger at the end, and it made me want to puke too.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So my last thing is I haven't played much of it. I've been so obsessed with
intestines
with the Steam Deck that I've just been going into this game nonstop and just playing with the settings. It's Boktai, The Sun is in Your Hand.
Boktai?
Yeah, this is the one that I told you about, where originally the game cartridge has a sensor where you would have to go, it's a UV sensor, so you would have to go outside and play in the sun. And depending on how strong the sunlight was, the more sun that was reflected in your game. And you're basically a vampire hunter called Django. DJ.
Django Unchained?
No, like Fett. Django Fett.
Oh.
Wait.
Like Django Unchained?
Django Unchained, yeah. DJ Ango.
Yeah.
DJ Ango.
Django.
So, he's a vampire hunter, and you have to go into these vampire castles and take out the coffin outside so you can kill the vampire with a pile driver, which is a giant solar-powered solar array. And the more sunlight you have hitting your Game Boy game, the more energy you have to use to work with. And I was a little bit reluctant to download it on the Steam Deck. First, I kind of hated it originally when I was a kid and I played it because you have to be outside, and I hate outside. And the other one is because I found that it was very hard. Turns out it's a game done by Hideo Kojima. Your boy, Hideo.
Snake.
It's the guy from Snake, yes. So I was apprehensive because of that, but then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me just download it. Let me see if there's a way for me to have the light setting just pushed out all the way to the max, and I'll go from there. So my first thing that I was delighted by was that when I started it, it lets you choose the difficulty. You know, you have your easy, your normal, your hard, and I went all the way down to easy. I'm like, cool, this will make it a whole lot easier to play. So I can get through it. And I go in and I start playing and I see that you have your gun sensor and underneath you have a bunch of little squares that represent how much sunlight you're getting. And I saw that there was one square and I'm like, I know for a fact the Steam Deck is not reading sunlight, even though it has automatic brightness adjustment. I know that it's not doing that because I see the screen dimming in and out depending on how I move it, but the sun is not going up and down. And I start looking online, and there's a lot of people saying, how do I set up so that it adjusts automatically with the light dimming? And A lot of people just say it just does it on its own, or you can just press L3 and R3 and it'll do the same thing. I'm like, okay, so I just press L3 and R3 both at the same time, and it takes me to like this menu. I'm like, where in the fuck in this menu do I go to fix this? And then I look again online and it says press L3 or R3 to dim up and down the light, the sun, how much sun the game's receiving. I'm like, oh, so I keep pressing R3 and it goes all the way up, and I'm like, I'm playing this fucking game.
Oh my gosh.
So I am so fucking mind blown, and I am just so fucking like above and beyond impressed that you can click a button a couple of times and it will make the game think that you're outside in the sunlight, taking all of the sunlight in. It's so fucking cool. And I play like through the first stage. I got the first vampire and I killed it, and I'm like, wow, this is fucking incredible. The screen is like ass wide and it just looks great. The colors are super vibrant. It plays well, no delay, no nothing. I'm speechless. Like I am so excited. And like the thing is, like I started playing it, and you have like this little helper character, and every time he shows up to talk to you, he goes like, "Otenko," and when you pull out the pile driver to kill the vampire, he's like, "Tayo!" It's so much fun. I'm gonna play through the whole thing. I'm excited. I'm very, very excited.
Sounds like a good time.
It is. Oh man, the Steam Deck is so great. I'm in love. I'm in love all over again with video games. Especially because I have the Twin Snakes on it. I can play the Twin Snakes without having to spend $120 on a physical copy and then $300 on a setup for the GameCube so I can play it on my HD TV. Happy. Very happy.
I'm glad.
Yep. So, you know what time it is?
I know what time it is.
What time is it?
It's time for Give Me the Garbage.
All right. That is Give Me the Garbage.
This week's restaurant is Viet Pho in Albany, Georgia. You gonna hate?
What?
You gonna hate?
I just took my headphones off.
Oh.
I was cueing you in. What did you say? I couldn't hear you.
I said this week's restaurant is Viet Pho in Albany, Georgia.
Albany.
No, we're not in New York. We're in fucking Georgia. Georgia.
What?
Nothing. Anyway.
Hold up.
Oh my God.
Hold up. I have the answer to this shit right here. Here we go. And
Albany.
There we go.
No. We are not listening to Nicholas. No.
Nick is right. He
knows nothing.
He is from an Albany.
He knows New York things.
And
Albany,
right.
New York.
And he's right.
It's Albany,
Yes,
Georgia.
right.
Oh
Nope.
God. Anyway, whatever. So, long before moving up here, all of my alternative acquaintances and friends who have stayed in the area rave on the Facebooks about this place and how they're always going there. They love it. It's the best. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure it's no Viet Thai. Like, there's no way it could be Viet Thai. But it's the only pho place in Albany, so we're gonna fucking try it to see if it's anywhere near acceptable. Okay? So we waited quite a while. I'm surprised we made it like a month and a half
Before we
went.
Yeah.
So we finally went there Friday night, and it smelled a little bit like Viet Thai walking in, so that was encouraging.
It smelled good.
The decor looked very similar to Viet Thai's, which was also encouraging.
Mm-hmm.
Weird color paint. Photos on canvas of Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
That was very encouraging. Saw an Asian guy in the back, also encouraging. Also rare to sight in Albany, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
But the waitress, oh bless her,
Was white.
very white, very bumpkin white.
Oh boy.
Oh God. So their menu is also like somewhat similar to Viet Thai's, except it's just Vietnamese, right? Yeah, it's just Vietnamese. So we both got pho Thai. I got a large one, and we said, "Can we add a fried egg to it?" She looked at us like we were nuts. I was like, I realize this is probably not normal, probably not something you've ever been asked before, but we love to eat our pho with a fried egg on top. So she's like, I can tell him, but he's probably going to put it on a plate on the side. I'm like, that's fine. We can put it in the pho ourselves. Whatever. They also had egg rolls, fried pork egg rolls. I'm like, gotta have those. That's what we always got at Viet Thai. And they had banh mi.
Yes.
So Chris got some banh mi.
I got a banh mi. And
We thought that they forgot the banh mi.
I got a banh mi and a small pho Thai.
Yes.
Yeah.
So egg rolls came out first because appetizer, and they have potential. The sauce was good. It tasted like the sauce of Viet Thai. No? It tasted. It was almost more duck sauce like than that one, but also not duck sauce at the same time.
It wasn't as fishy as the one at Viet Thai.
Yeah, true. It was still good.
It was very good, but it was not hot enough. I feel like it wasn't as hot as I would have wanted it to be.
The egg rolls were not as hot as I wanted them to be.
Yes.
They were not fully cooked, in my opinion.
They were fully cooked.
The inside was so mushy. God, it was so mushy. It felt raw.
I think, and this is what I think because of the way that it felt, they probably cook these egg rolls, freeze them,
and then throw them in a fryer
before they serve them. That's what I think because it was fully cooked, but it wasn't hot.
It was not hot. Yeah, I was kind of disappointed. It didn't taste bad.
No, they were pretty good. They just weren't hot enough.
Yeah.
Do you want me to talk about the banh mi?
No, because we got it last.
Okay, then you talk about.
Okay, I was super weirded out by the fact that they don't put the cilantro in the pho. The cilantro came out on the plate with the bean sprouts and the lime. They did not put jalapeno on that plate. Normally,
it's fine. We don't use it anyways.
I know, but still, why wouldn't you put your cilantro in the fucking pho broth? Oh, God.
Not everybody likes cilantro, especially in white country where we are.
I know.
Continue.
So, yeah, we get our pho, and I was a little concerned about the smell because it smelled like cinnamon to me. I was really turned off there for a second. I was like, oh, God, this is not good. This is bad. And then I added my things to it. My noodles were still in a humongous clump, which was also concerning. I
have some information for you.
What is the information?
There are 5 important spices in pho broth: star anise, whole cloves, cinnamon sticks, cardamom pods, and coriander seeds.
Okay, it smelled like nothing but cinnamon. To me, at least. Like, I get that there might be cinnamon in there, but I have never gotten my bowl of pho and was like, cinnamon. You know?
If I ever get a bowl of pho,
never radiated cinnamon.
If I get a bowl of pho and it's like star anise, I'm like, nope, fucking throw that shit out.
So I was pleasantly surprised when I took my first bite of pho. Is it Viet Thai? No. Is it the most amazing pho I've ever had? No. But it was a lot better than I expected it to be. It was better than Super Saiyan.
It was a lot
better than Super
a lot
Saiyan.
Of places we've had in Orlando.
Yes. It was very good, actually.
A lot better than Saigon Grill.
Yeah. Am I going to crave it every Friday night? Probably not.
A lot better than Vietnam's.
Yeah.
Vietnam's
wasn't bad, though.
It
was better than Vietnam's.
I think it's number 2 in best.
Now we gotta look in Columbus.
We have
see
to
if there might be something better in Columbus.
I like the broth.
The broth was good.
It was very tasteful, but I feel like it was one note.
Yeah.
Like it didn't have any of those discerning different flavors that you get from
and I felt
Viet Thai. You don't get like the pools of collagen.
Yeah.
And I don't know if maybe they strain it or something, but I feel like it was missing a couple of things that I usually
feel
like
the
getting.
onions weren't like hadn't been soaking in the broth, you know? Kind of like going back to the cilantro. You were missing that onion and cilantro that bleeds in with all those other flavors from the broth. I felt like because when I eat my onions at Viet Thai, it tastes like an onion, but it tastes like a very brothy onion. And these were just onions. I love onions, but I want a brothy onion when I'm eating my pho.
I like the noodles. The noodles were pretty good.
I don't think I'm going to ask for an egg again because he salted and peppered the egg. And I just wanted
Really?
just a plain. Yeah, you didn't notice that?
No.
Yeah, it was like he thought we were eating breakfast with our pho, and he salt and peppered it. Peppered it.
Just a plain fried
Like,
egg. That's
don't
it.
put anything on it and leave it runny,
Yeah.
please.
I do have a little bit of complaint with the steak. It wasn't the
It was not
best
great quality steak. It was very flimsy and chewy.
Chewy. Mine. I picked up a few of the slices of mine, and I could see the
Through
No,
the wall.
you know the fat veins.
Yeah.
The very thick fat veins that are almost like cartilagey. I could see those.
It reminded me of Vietnam's and Super Saiyan steak. Whereas Viet Thai steak was
very
very high quality steak.
Now,
Wait, we're not done. You're not moving on to the banh mi yet.
okay, I'm just excited.
They
about
have
the banh mi.
off-brand sriracha.
Oh Lord.
It is so bad. And the bottle literally says spicy and garlicky. Y'all, it tastes like ketchup with some garlic put in it.
It was
Like a lot of
sweet.
garlic.
It was very sweet.
Very sweet and very garlicky. This waitress, she came over that table. I knew she'd already had it with me. I was about to go carry it on her ass. I was like, is there any way that you have like a non-garlic sriracha? Is there any way you have like a normal sriracha? And she looked at me like I was an idiot. It's like, that's the only kind of sriracha that we have as far as I'm aware. I was like, okay, it's fine. Like, I'm going to have to buy a fucking bottle of pocket sriracha. Which I wanted to do anyway, from all the times you've taken me to a ramen joint that doesn't have siracha.
You're so fucking weird. Not everything that needs sriracha.
Yeah, everything needs sriracha. Just like all sushi needs soy sauce.
No.
Yes!
We're not having this fight here. You're wrong. That's
mi.
the point.
Go
of it.
ahead.
Okay, banh mi. Next time we go, I am going to have 3 banh mi's.
No pho.
No pho, just banh mi.
That banh mi was awesome. That bread alone.
Banh mi was the tits. It was okay. So every time that I want Puerto Rican bread for my sandwiches, the bread that banh mi had is the one that I want. It is crunchy, soft, fluffy, buttery, well toasted.
Perfect.
It hits every single fucking note that bread should hit. That is the bread that I want when I want Puerto Rican sandwich bread. And that is what that bread had. That was the best bread I've had in a very long time. And to top it off, it had very, very flavorful pork. Like the pork was out of this world. That banh mi pork was incredible. It had pickled cucumbers and pickled carrots.
As banh mi does.
Holy fuck, those were incredible too. Like, it just worked so well. So well. That is a banh mi that is very, very tough to beat. That was very good. Next time I go, I'm getting the 3 banh mi's. I'm getting the meatball, the pork, and the chicken to see what they're all like. I feel like they should just take their banh mi, since it's so spectacular, make that like the flagship thing that people come to the restaurant for, and just go from there, build from that, because that was fucking incredible. You can turn that into bowls. You can turn that into a sort of soup too. You can do a ton of things with that. That was fucking great.
It was very, very good. I only had one little bite, but it was an awesome bite. It was great.
It was an awesome bite. I think like this place just needs to fix a little bit of things, like the steak quality and the fob being one of them.
Maybe the cleanliness just a little bit.
The cleanliness?
Yeah, I noticed some things that were concerning.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't notice anything. Get actual sriracha.
Yes. Dear God.
Actual sriracha.
Not some rolling spicy garlicky shit.
Just make the egg rolls hotter. Cook them a little bit longer. Like maybe 2 minutes would have been perfect. 2 minutes more would have been perfect. The sriracha, quality of the steak, and this place will be garbage. As of right now, I think this place is almost garbage. Because that banh mi was
the
fucking
banh mi
incredible.
alone is really great.
And the broth was very good. The noodles were good. It just needs a couple of tweaks.
Maybe it can be our banh mi place, and we'll find a better pho place in Columbus. Maybe.
We'll just grab a banh mi every
Not that
time
the
we're in
pho
town.
was bad, but it wasn't what I wanted.
I would not be angry at popping in to grab a banh mi whenever we're going to Albany.
Going grocery shopping and banh mi. Hopping. Grocery shopping and banh mi hopping.
This week I feel like food wise has been a win going down to Albany because I found New York style pizza.
You did?
From Brothers New York.
Brewster's has key lime pie ice cream.
Yes. That pizza was very, very good.
That ice cream was very good.
Pizza was stupid good. The wings were a little bit soggy. Well, they were very soggy, but they tasted very good and they were meaty. They were like very meaty wings. So I think we might be able to find some good food in Albany.
Think we'll survive.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be a struggle being out in the middle of fucking nowhere, but...
It is still a struggle, but we'll survive.
Yeah. Luna wants some wings, too. Look at her. Look at that face she's making.
She really does.
So, almost garbage. Do you agree?
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe a notch below. Like, in between... What's below almost garbage?
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And somewhere in between okay and almost garbage.
I'll still say almost garbage. I really, really enjoyed it. And like I said, yeah. Every time I'm in town...
It's okay, almost garbage.
That sandwich was so light that I think that even if I have just eaten, I can pop in and grab one and I'll be fine.
Oh my gosh, I can't.
It's good.
How big was it? Like how long was it roughly? Like 6 inches? Or?
No, it was like from 8 to 10 inches.
Yeah.
It wasn't a whole
not
foot
a foot,
long.
but...
No. But not 6 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like we're talking about a dick.
Those carrots. Those carrots were... Oh my God. I loved the carrots. They were very good carrots. But yeah. That's it for this week's episode of A Novel Console. Karradyne, do you have anything you want to say before we end the show?
No, but Luna does.
What does she have to say?
She says she wants to go lay down on the couch.
Well, that's too bad, Luna.
Snuggle.
You need to go outside, Luna.
No, she doesn't. She just went.
Too bad. All right. So do you want to say goodbye to everyone?
Goodbye, everyone. Plus Luna.
Goodbye, everyone.